Page 2, October morning. Cut time, no sharps or flats. When I try and learn something new that's in cut time or olive breve, however you want to call it, I take it in 4/4 first, and then I can put it in cut time later. So I'm going to talk about this as though it's in 4/4 time, and then we'll put it in cut time after a while. Starting with the right hand. It starts out with no sharps or flats, but the key signature is going to change. We'll get there. Here, with the right hand, reach up. It's an octave, but put your fourth finger on it, because you need your fifth finger for the A. Third finger, and reach down. Again. Then we got a quarter rest, come down. And then lift up. Lift up between each of these phrases. Watch these notes. Last line on page 2. A flat, B flat, E flat. Here, and then lift up, fourth finger, because you get this again. And then for the 8th notes at the end of the first line on page 3 here, watch the fingering. 4, 1. So it's 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 1, and 2, and 3. Because those 8th notes are going to move fairly quickly. Here, that needs to lead up to the top note. You feel. Go up to there. And so forth. Then you get some more of that stuff. Let's go down to the 3rd line here. And then 8th notes going on C major scale. Here. Here it's just a regular C major scale. Their fingering is 1. I put thumb on the F. I don't know why they want thumb on the G. I disagree. I would just do a C major scale fingering. You're here, here. Because you got to hold that down as you play all these. You got to hold that down for 3 measures, and you can do that with a little finger. I see nothing wrong with that. And then go on. Now it changes to 3 flats. E flat major. If you're not familiar with E flat major, I encourage you to go do my scale video on E flat major scale and learn the scale. If you don't know the scale at all, you do it 1 octave up and down. Learn the scale first, the fingering, get a feel for these notes, what black notes are involved. If you already know the scale, then do the 2 octaves, do the intermediate, 2 octaves up and down on it. Really kind of important. It helps so much when you go to play these pieces. It's like in the C major scale at the top of page 3 or the 4th line down on the 2nd measure. That's a C major scale. So if you can play the C major scale already, that's a piece of cake. If you can't, you probably won't be able to play that evenly and smoothly because you haven't been practicing that scale. Over on page 4 at the top, play with the thumb and then 2nd finger. Just substitute. And then you can lift up and thumb. This is an E flat scale. So you have an E flat and an A flat and a B flat. And then you're fine until you get down to the 3rd line. You're here. Make sure you hold these whole notes down. So you got a rest. You got a phrase there here in the top voice, but you're holding that down in the bottom voice there. So it's lift up the A flat, but hold the F down, and then here. Again, it's an E flat major scale. The difference is we're going to use 3rd finger instead of 2nd on that top D, so we can reach this chord more easily here. And then 3rd finger. And these chords, their fingering, I like their fingering here. It's 2, 5, 1, and then 2, 5. And then last line is C flat. And then here. I like that fingering. The only suggestion I might make here is in that last line here, is you use 1 and 3 here. So you can use 2 and 4 here. So you can connect the G here. It just prepares you for what's coming up. That's the only difference. And then for the last measure, that G, B flat, or G, E flat, G is an octave, AVA over it, so you play it up here. Fourth finger on the E flat there, not third. For the left hand, keep the left hand soft. You got these broken chords. They're giving you multiple fingerings because you got a 1-3 and then in parentheses you got a 1-4. That's an alternate fingering. You get to choose. I prefer 1-3 because I can connect it. The hand's big enough. If the hand's not big enough, you gotta move. You might prefer 1-4. It's a personal thing. The pedal's going to connect the notes, but we try and play this legato with the fingers if we can. As legato as we can. Same thing, and then here. Again, and so forth. Bottom, page 2, last line, you're here. Got lots of black keys here, and then here. Their fingering is fine. B, you can do 3 on the D if you want. Here, because it makes it easier to reach the B. And then fourth finger, and then F and G, and then back to what you were doing before. I like third finger again for that middle note because it makes it easier for me to reach the top note on the first 2 measures. And then the third measure, second finger is fine. And the third finger again. You have to work out the fingering, but try and connect these with the fingers if you can. Third line down, you have an F, A, E. However you finger it, it's up to you. And then here, and then here. For the third line, last 2 measures, 3-1 on the whole note. And then you're back down to what you were doing before. You see, on these broken chords, if this were just an octave, let's go down to, it's the 4th line down on page 3. Here. If this were a D instead of an F, just an octave, then I could use second finger on the middle note because I can reach that easy. But when this top note goes beyond the octave, that second finger is a stretch. So then I tend to use third finger for those, is why I'm doing that. So I'm using third finger on all of these. And then we get the E flat chords. Do a 4-2-1 on that last one. And so now we're in E flat major for page 4. Block chords, how you fingering them is up to you. Just get all the notes down at the same time. And then broken chords. And so forth. 4th line down. Here. 3, 1, 4, and then E flat G. And then for the next measure, that is an F, A flat, C, E flat. So I spell out the chord. When I want to figure it out, start with the bottom note and just figure each note out. You hold that down for a while, and then the last line is the same chord except now it's a C flat. And then we have this arpeggio coming up. Just their fingering is fine. This is a typical E flat arpeggio. You see the treble clef? You just keep going. Then you try and put the hands together slowly. Lift up with the right hand when you on B3 there. This out so you can play it slowly with both hands together. You can speed it up later. Then on top of that, they've added pedal. Okay, let's look at the pedal. They're saying overlapping pedal throughout, but I like to hear the phrasing. So we'll let the pedal lag behind the hands. So it's here, here, hands first and then the pedal. And I lift the pedal up with the right hand for the rest on this one. Right after I play that chord, I lift the pedal up. So I hear silence in the right hand. Again, lift the pedal up with the right hand. And again, I lift the pedal up for the phrase. And you can go ahead and put the pedal down immediately after if you want, so you can connect the chords in the left hand. The only way I can connect these chords is with the pedal. So right after I play the G, I'll put it in and then change it after I play the next beat. So again, the third line is here. I'll put the pedal down after I play the G's and then go. And I'm going to lift the pedal up with the right hand and put it down for the G's to connect them. Here, I lift the pedal up. So I'm doing the pedal to accommodate the phrasing, but otherwise it's legato pedal throughout. On page 4, the last couple of lines. Let's take the last 3 lines. For the pedal, I'm still overlapping pedal pretty much once each measure. But lift the pedal up so you can get the phrase. I would like to lift the pedal up here, but I don't want to lose all the sound, so I'm going to have to leave the pedal down. Now here, and here. And then it's legato pedal through all that. Like so. At the end, it's very soft. Now, a little bit at the end, the last measure here. You've died away, you're down to soft. What you can do, there's a technique you can use with pedal. You can try here, since it's a fermata, it's the last note of the piece, you can hold it out indefinitely. Is what I do is I lift the keys up, but I keep the hands on the keyboard. I lift the keys up and then slowly, ever so slowly, lift the pedal up and the sound will die away. This way it's not here and then suddenly it's stopped. I don't like that effect. I've heard piano teachers do that effect. If it's a soft piece and it's ending really gently, then let the sound die away at the end. And you do that by lifting the keys up first and then slowly lifting the pedal up. And the dampers go on the strings slowly and the sound dies away. If you have an electronic piano, some electronic piano, the pedals won't do that. You have to experiment with yours to see if it'll die away or not. But it should work with an acoustic piano. Now you get that, we can go put that all abbreviated back in. I haven't talked about the dynamics. Not a lot of dynamics going on. The dynamics apply to the melody, so keep that sort of soft. And then the third line down, you've gone up to sort of loud, just a little louder. And then at the end, you're going back down to soft and a little retard. You're dying away. And now it's sort of soft. It's a gentle piece. It's a nice piece. It gives you a metronome marking up there. A half note equals 88. You have to, so you put the metronome on 88, whatever that is, and that's their suggestion for the half notes. So quarter notes, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1, 2, 3 and 4. Slow down a little bit, so. And then the off tempo means back to what you were doing. slow again, new key. And that's general mood of the piece is what it is. I don't know that you need to play with me when you get things this complicated. I'll go ahead and play it slowly. If you want to play along, go ahead. I'm not going to perform it. I don't want you copying me. I sort of did perform it there. But I'm going to go slow. If you'd like to play along to check your notes, at least in the right hand, go right ahead. I'm going to do pages 2 and 3 and then stop, and then I'll count in again and do page 4. If you're playing this for people, you got to make that page turn. So you have to take advantage of these whole notes at the bottom of page 3 in the left hand. And during that, you play it real quick and then use the rest of the measure to turn the page. Because the pedal will keep the sound going. So that's my only suggestion I have for that. Otherwise, you memorize the piece. So I'm going to give a 1.5 counts because this is cut time. Although I'm going to take this in 4/4 time slowly. So actually, I'm going to give me 3/4 note counts and then I'm going to start. 1, ready, go. 1, 2, ready, go. 2, 3, 4, 1.